Greetings everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be talking about some of the wisdom that I have acquired being a YouTuber for a few years, and just to give you a little bit of some tips and some hints, because I really do want to encourage a lot of light workers, otherkin, star seeds, earth angels, elven souls, and fae souls to start their own YouTube channel. I think that it would be really wonderful to have more of that perspective in this world. And some people have reached out to me and have sent me some wonderful emails that have suggested that they were looking to start their own YouTube channel. So I thought that this would be a really great opportunity to talk about some of the guidance and maybe the suggestions that I have found personally helpful for myself in starting up a YouTube channel. And for those of you who are new, I just encourage you to keep on this path. So, to make this nice and easy, I actually divided this topic into 3 different sections because I felt that there are 3 different ways of looking at YouTube and when you are starting your channel. So I have the physical support and tips, and then I have the emotional, and then I have spiritual guidance. Taking all of those in will actually give you a really successful channel, and not in the terms of numbers or ratings, but just in the idea that you feel successful, that you are expressing yourself and you're really doing what you want to do in the world, if you have an interest to connect to people using YouTube in this way. So for the physical support, I suggest that you choose a name and a title that is something that is recognizable for you, but also something that people will search for. So you always want to have titles that will be something that is like a word phrase or an actual question or a statement that people are searching for, because people are using YouTube as reference and a resource now. So a lot of times when they go to Google and they actually look up like, how do you French braid? A YouTube video will actually show how do you French braid. And so people have the option to read about it or to watch a video. And a lot of times, mostly people will be watching videos because it's easier and sometimes faster. And depending on what kind of learner you are, like I'm a visual learner, so it helps to actually see something in front of me in order to learn. And I think a lot of people are like that. They enjoy watching videos. So always think about that with your video titles. I have seen some of your YouTube channels, and when you have a video that is just kind of personal and the title is something that maybe only you know and maybe only a few select people know, then it's not going to get a lot of views because people won't be searching for it. So think of words or key phrases that you know that people are looking for if you're really interested in getting your idea out there. The next one I say is get a good laptop or at least a camera, and something that I learned later on is lighting is key. I actually use this now. It's a ring light, and you can find it on Amazon. That was relatively inexpensive, and it's just like a little desk ring light, and I just kind of put it up there. I used to have my laptop in front of my window, and that just did not work because it was too much light coming in. So you have to know the balance, because if it's too much light, then only your face is going to glow, and it wasn't really the best placement for my videos, but I didn't really have this space available to me until I decided to actually make this into a little office. That's the other thing too. If you can, make yourself a little separate room for your YouTubing, because then you can do backgrounds, you can use a green screen, you can get a cloth, you can get a poster, you can get, whatever you want. I actually use a green screen that I can show you guys. It rolls up, and you can kind of see it. I will tell you about the company that makes that It is really wonderful because it actually goes back into its little case. You can also buy one off of Amazon that you kind of roll up. I started off with that, as some of you saw in my earlier videos, but the wrinkles, and it wasn't as good as a quality one that this one is. This one will last me much, much longer. So I thought that it was a good investment for me because I'm going to be making YouTubes for as long as I can. So you can do lots of different options. If green screen is not your thing, then don't do that. Find a style or a place that reflects you and your topic and what you want to talk about, and be creative with making your background. That's what I would suggest. The next thing that I would say is think about creating a Facebook page, an Instagram page, or a Twitter account that kind of all connects your YouTube channel so that you can share across many different websites and get your videos out there as much as you can. I think that that is really, really helpful to use lots of different platforms. And so definitely have a cohesive look to your channel, to your Instagram page, to your Facebook page, so that your brand, your unique channel can start to be found easily on other social media platforms. Think about getting a mic to add to your laptop or to your iPad, or whatever you're currently using. Even your camera phone too sometimes doesn't really have the best microphone. What I have found is when you get one that is just like a little simple microphone like this, that can really help you. There are some really high quality ones on Amazon. This one was pretty good. Sometimes you can hear some popping noises and things like that. So the more expensive ones will cut that sound out and reduce a lot of that feedback. But it generally works for me. I can sing through it and make my music. So I do like having that. Then you want to think about using a program that you can edit your movies in. I use iMovie, but as a lot of you can tell, there's a lot of really strange things that are going on with Google iMovie. I mean, I'm getting very strange, like robotic clicks and sounds, and it almost seems like all of my content is being actually recorded in the cloud or something, and I've really never wanted that to happen. I just wanted it to be on my desktop, and I wanted to go on YouTube, and that's it, and then I delete the file. But I have a feeling that when you use iMovie, because it's owned by Google, basically they take a copy of it, and it's really in their interests of surveillance and just, I guess, maybe keeping track of everyone and seeing what everyone is talking about. And that's how probably they remain such a monopoly as a technology company. But iMovie does work. It's very easy to use. There are some other programs that I do want to get into, and I do recommend. They're a little bit more expensive, because iMovie is totally free. So just think about what's in your budget and what you can afford right now. The other thing is, I would say add an intro or end screen in your style. So what that means is come up with your own intro that you can have, and then have an ending to it. One of the things that I do not like doing is asking for people for subscriptions and likes. But I do find, and studies have shown, that when you don't ask for it, a lot of times people just forget. Even though they like your content, they just forget, just forget to hit the like button and forget to subscribe. So it does show that it helps to actually ask for the likes and the subscriptions at the end. If you can just talk about it, then that's great. I'm just not one to really ask for it verbally. And that's probably my problem, but I will have it at the end on some videos. I don't like it on every video. Find your own style to do it, but it just comes off more professional, and a lot of really big YouTubers are doing that, where they use an intro and then they have the outro, and then you could use the end screen for actually suggesting other videos that you have made that kind of relate to the topic. And I would say that physically, your videos can be anything. And we're going to get into that more when I talk about the emotional support and the spiritual guidance that I have for YouTubers. YouTube styles are so varied. I mean, it really is getting a glimpse of so many different souls on earth and looking at all the different perspectives that people come from. So the one thing that you can always keep in mind is that it doesn't matter. There's really no best formula to make a video, but it does help to have some kind of introduction, a content, some kind of body or content that you create, and then at the end, some kind of ending. Or don't. And you break the rules, and then that also gets a lot of attention. There really is no rules on YouTube. People just are looking for familiarity, and when they come to your video, they're really looking for connection to you. So when you're really open and you really express yourself as who you are as a unique individual, you may not attract everyone, because not everybody will be like you, and maybe not everybody's going to be interested in the topics that you want to discuss. But there are going to be people that you will vibe with and you will attract. I am so grateful for all of the people that I have attracted to my channel and I have met. And it's just been a wonderful journey with them. And I'm really excited to meet more. So I just wanted to say that truly, when you're making YouTube videos, don't go in thinking about the ratings and the likes and how many people you can get on your channel and how much money you can make. Because when you do that, then the journey seems really long. And instead, it's not as enjoyable as it is when you're just there to express yourself. And you could do as many silly videos, as many interesting videos, as many knowledgeable videos, as many just funny comedic videos that you really want. And it really is just a way to express yourself and to get yourself out there in the world. And that's really what I want to encourage, is just people to express themselves. I feel like other kins and star seeds and all of these unique personalities that are coming out, I consider them part of the new age perspective. I mean, this is it. You're the new age. And so we are in the new age. So people that have a lot of new perspectives and different ways of living and different lifestyles, it's going to be interesting to people. People are going to want to know more about you. How do you live? How does this actually work? What do you feel? What do you believe? So take that to heart, that your unique perspective and your unique look in life is something that's needed. And if it's not needed in society, well, at least it will be appreciated by some that are feeling the same way you are, and they're really looking to connect and to feel not alone. We truly are in this world to connect to other people and to feel not alone. And I went into this in another video of mine, just the idea that because we are very powerful, unlimited, vast, infinite energy that is all connected to each other, but at these levels of consciousness and this level of physical matter that we experience, a lot of times we feel very alone because we're separated, because we experience ourselves separated in our ego and in a subjective experience, so that we can have these unique experiences that we bring back to the collective. And so keep that in mind, that yes, we are all connected and we are all one, but your unique individual perspective and experience is something that can be appreciated by others. Even though they might not be exactly the same and they might not have the exact same opinions or perspectives, you're going to connect to those that can understand you and can relate to you. So I just want to encourage more weird and strange souls out there to just become a YouTuber. If it's something that you have been feeling inside of you, you just want to talk, get onto camera and speak to people and communicate to people, it has been one of the most rewarding experiences in my life. And I'm just so happy and so thrilled that I made my YouTube channel. And even though I get, terrible cyberbullying and comments, and sometimes I get really rude, like emails and messages to me on Facebook, that truly is just a very small price to pay for the award of just being able to connect to others and feeling like I'm making an impact in other people's lives just by simply being on screen and talking and reaching out to others. And I think that a lot of people that want to start a YouTube channel and they just don't know how to, that they just need that kind of encouragement. And I know that I never really thought of myself as a YouTuber before, and you might not ever, but one day you just might get it in you and just say, wow, I just want to turn on this camera and I want to speak out to the whole world, and I want to give a message that I really believe in and I really want people to hear. And whether it be healing to others, whether it be support to others, whether it be um, like a comment or something, controversial in this world that you just want to speak out against because you just feel that it's not right, this is your platform to do it. We're not all going to be on mainstream TV. YouTube has been a wonderful gift to be able to give the masses a point of view and a voice. No longer do just the movie stars and the people that, are famous actors and actors and entertainment personalities and media personalities getting the chance to voice their opinions and express themselves. But the everyday person, everyone part of the masses, and they are so talented, and it's just so wonderful to actually be able to see that on YouTube. I believe that YouTube has a lot of really wonderful strengths to it, and I'm so grateful to be a YouTuber and part of this platform. On to that, I just want to say, if you're looking to make a lot of money from YouTube, you can. If you really want to and you want to go for that, you can. There's been so many people that have started from the bottom and worked their way to the top. But don't let fame and glory and wealth be your only goal, because then you forget about the whole mission and the whole drive of actually being part of YouTube. It's really to connect to others. And people can see through someone who is just doing videos for views. And I mean, there's a whole topic on those types of people that put out videos in order to make a lot of money. They'll even do the weird things such as uploading other people's content, putting too many ads. People can read right through it. We're entering into the new dimension, of the fifth dimension, where our perspectives are going to be very much open and everything is more transparent. Everything is more out in the open. We can see it. So when you are a YouTuber and you're doing YouTube videos just to make money, people can tell. They can see that you're not authentic and sincere. So if you are authentic and sincere and you make good content in the idea that you're expressing yourself authentically, you do your best to produce good quality videos, you'll have a really nice following that will develop. And if your channel actually gets more than 10,000 lifetime views and you're 18 years old or older, then you can actually become a YouTube partner. And then you get onto AdSense, which is another website that will connect to your YouTube channel. And that's when you can put your bank information in. And on your channel, you'll start to be able to get the option to monetize. So you'll start to be able to put the availability for ads in certain places on your videos. I always like to put it right in the front and right at the end. There are people that do a really great job of putting it in the middle and they plan for it, but I'm not really doing YouTube for that reason. But I am happy to be a YouTube partner, so I'll always have it in the front and in the middle if I have a larger, longer video. But you can decide, you can personalize that for yourself. Okay, so let me read some of the emotional advice and guidance that I have here. Don't expect to reach everyone on earth, but those who you do attract are sacred, and those will be the subscribers and the followers that you will really vibe with. And I think that if you can look towards having a handful of those, I've always been a person of quality versus quantity. And even though I only have, a couple thousand, I still don't even have a chance to really get to know everyone that I would love to get to know. But that's the thing about having a smaller YouTube channel. You do have that ability to have that intimacy. So think about that. I think that that's really a wonderful thing to be able to be grateful for. And some of the larger YouTube channels, they don't really get a chance to get to know everybody, and they never really will because there's so many people. So that's something that you can always look forward to as a small YouTuber. The next thing I want to say is express yourself authentically. People like to see real, raw emotion. So perfectly polished is not always the thing that attracts people. In this world, people are really drawn to authenticity, familiarity, and relatability. If people can relate to you, if they can actually understand you and feel one with you, that's when you're going to really attract people. So keep that in mind, that a polished, perfect video that is like movie quality is not always the answer in YouTube. And I think that that's what makes it really different from, the entertainment world and the videos and the TV shows and the movies that we see. YouTube is different. It allows for that chance to be a little bit more raw and edgy and not so polished and, more amateur, and you can get away with it. So just keep that in mind, because I know that it can be kind of stressful and you feel like you have to make this perfect video or you won't get any views. But as long as you're true to yourself, as long as you're authentic and you're really coming across as a genuine person, people will be able to see that and they will gravitate towards you. The other thing is, don't get too invested in likes, dislikes, or ratings in general. I don't like to show mine because I'm just like, well, I'd rather have people follow me on their own and not do a compare to other videos or other YouTubers with my channel. I really wanted to be different in that way. And so, it depends whatever your style is. Some people like to show their ratings, some people don't. But the thing is, I do take a look at my ratings and I do see the likes versus the dislikes. And I just want people to know that there are people in this world that will not even listen to your video and they will actually dislike it just for the title alone. I have seen that. I have done some studying of that. I have observed it on other people's channel, and other people have actually commented on that. There are hate followers. You're going to have people that will just follow you because they just want to dislike your videos. I have a few. So that's just the way that the world is. When we have so many different levels of consciousness and different placements of emotional states and where they are in their own life and how much love they are willing to give to others, how much love they are willing to receive, this makes a world that has so many different souls with so many different intentions. Even though we all are one, we all are very much interconnected with one another. But you do have to prepare yourself spiritually, because you're going to get attacked. You're going to get people that are going to be trolls or they're cyber bullies. And you just have to prepare yourself spiritually as a light worker especially, and know why you are really doing this. You are putting out your words and your video in order to help others, in order to heal others, in order to let people know that they're not alone. And that should be your drive. Never ever look at the haters or the ones that are just poo-pooing you and making you feel bad, because your critics are not going to be as important to you as your supporters, because the supporters are the ones that you're trying to reach as it is. They are the ones that are open to receiving your information and your words and your expression that you are presenting on YouTube. Your critics are not so much open to that. Now, there is constructive feedback and there's constructive criticism. So what I like to do is I like to see, well, is it really constructive? Is it something that someone's really sincere about and they're really trying to help me with something? Or is it someone that is just trying to, play power games with me and they're just trying to make me look bad in public? You have to use your intuition and you have to be discerning about that, because there are going to be lots of different people. So prepare yourself spiritually before you become a YouTuber. Just be ready for critics as well as supporters, because you're going to get that yin and that yang balance with your channel. The other thing I want to say is take breaks from social media. So one of the things that happened to me was I had all this information and I wanted to get it out, and I started posting like every day and so much, because all this information stored in me from so many years just came pouring out. But it can lead to a little bit of a burnout. So just take your breaks, be honest with your audience and let them know when you need to take a break. And very, very much people are understanding and they know. So I think that that's really great. And I think a lot of really successful YouTubers, they are really good at doing that. They're good at allowing their followers to know when they're going on a break and then when they'll be back, because it's like someone's tuned into your videos and are subscribing to your channel, and they don't want you to just disappear without knowing exactly where you're going, because you've built a friendship, you've built this trust and this loyalty between your followers and your subscribers. So just keep that in mind, that communication is key, not only just to get your content and your self-expression out there, but also your communication with your followers and subscribers is a really great way of maintaining your subscriber base and keeping that trust and that loyalty with them. Spiritually, my advice. So my spiritual advice to you is that it may help to see YouTube as a path for you. If you really enjoy discussing life and connecting to others in that way, even if you're introverted, actually, this is really great for an introvert, because maybe you don't want to go to a bar or to a noisy party and start conversations. So this is a really great way of being able to speak quietly in your own room in front of a camera and know that your message is going to get out there, it's going to reach others. And so I really encourage people that are highly sensitive or introverted, people that have a hard time being in front of people, but they have a lot of ideas and they have a lot of expression within them. I think that YouTube is a really great platform to be able to allow those with a meeker voice to be able to get their information out there that's inside of them. The other thing is, try to come up with a few life goals for your channel. Try to think, is this something that you want to do forever? Is this something that you want to do in the long run? Where do you want to go with it? Do you want to do workshops? Do you want to set up your own business? Do you want to help people offline face to face? Do you want to just have YouTube as just a small little side job always? Think about some goals for yourself. It really helps to manifest then really what you're doing with YouTube. Be very, secure in your vision of what YouTube is really there for you. And I think that really will help you a lot to really just stay on that path and to keep in mind your goal for the future of your channel. The other thing I would say is, if you are a light worker, if you're a starseed, if you're an otherkin, if you're trans, if you are somebody that doesn't have a label, if you're somebody that kind of challenges some of the old systems and considers themselves like kind of like an indigo that is here to break down old systems and bring in some new ideas and new perspectives, this is your chance. This is what you were meant to be. Not only do you have to express yourself verbally, you can also create your own companies and write blogs and things like that, but YouTube is a really great opportunity for those that do represent the new age. And what the goal would be of YouTube for those that represent the new age is to get people prepared for it, to allow them to understand that there's no need to have fear, that, these old systems and these old ways of doing things, they're always going to be in our heart. Humanity will always have those. But there are some newer ways and new perspectives that are coming in regardless if people are ready or not. They need to be ready for them. They need to be ready for the idea of gender roles and the idea of what is masculine, what's feminine. It changes a bit because our perspectives are opening. They need to be ready for the idea that a human can encompass lots of different soul types within them in order to make them one interesting package of a human being. So there's going to be a lot of perspectives that I think that a lot of people who especially are interested in my channel and have kind of reached out to me and represent this new age perspective, that they have this more kind of wide open perspective that they're willing to put out there for others to see. And lastly, I just want to say that I really feel that YouTube has done a wonderful job of allowing people to have the freedom to express themselves, but also to do a mission, to do their sense of duty and purpose. A lot of souls come into this world feeling like they're here on earth to do something. They have a message inside of them. They have a certain type of mission, something that they want to accomplish. And if it has something to do with reaching out to others and helping others, well then YouTube is a wonderful platform to be able to do that. So we need more storytellers, we need more dreamers on YouTube, we need more highly sensitive people, we need more introverts, we need more starseeds, otherkins, and not just because I am all those labels, but because I believe that we're in a world in which those things have taken the back seat. And only till now is when the sensitives, when the meek shall inherit the earth. And the idea that we will now become an equal, a true equal, with those that are the loudest and those that have been the ones that have rose to the top with their connections, with their wealth, and with their power. And now we show that even the people on the bottom of the pyramid, and the idea of being born into the placement, of being part of the working class, it doesn't matter, because the soul that we came into the earth with is one that has a message, that has a powerful sense of purpose and a duty and a mission. And there are so many souls with those feelings right now, and I know that you feel that inside of you. And so if you are one, I want to encourage you to go for it, to use YouTube as a platform to really bring out that message and that dream of yours. But keep in mind that one of the ways that you can always help yourself emotionally is to understand that YouTube is not the place for just fame and glory. And when you can just keep that in mind about how it's not about the likes, it's not about the ratings, and it certainly isn't about how much money you can make on a channel, but when you keep in mind why you really are doing YouTube, why you really are on and trying to connect to people through a camera in your room or in your house. Keep those things in mind, and YouTube will be a wonderful journey, something that will always be a joy to do and something fun to keep on creating videos for, and you won't feel like it's a chore or something like it's an obligation to do just because you're trying to make money and use it as a secondary career or as a full career, which some people can. But the moment that you forget about how it is about your passion, it's about your mission and your purpose on earth of what you are trying to get out there into the world and express, and teach or tell others. Well, the moment that you forget all about that, then it just becomes very superficial and very materialistic goals. And so keep that in mind, that you are on YouTube as a light worker for more of a higher purpose. And I believe that even people who don't even label themselves as light workers, just because of the content of their channel, just because of their mission and their purpose around their channel, they too are fulfilling that drive and that mission for why they were born on earth in the first place. So with that, I just want to encourage all of you new YouTubers to continue on making videos, having a great time, and remembering why you are using YouTube and what is the true purpose and mission in your life. And those of you who have not started YouTube, well, maybe this will give you a little bit of that push in the right direction if you are thinking that way. You may email me for more advice if you would like, and I'm glad to help you. If you have a YouTube channel and I haven't subscribed to it yet and I haven't gotten around to seeing your videos, please leave your YouTube channel in the comments below, and that way other smaller YouTubers can actually go to your channel, and I hope that there can be a nice exchange, and maybe we can just make this whole comment thread as a small YouTuber getting to know, meet and greet. And let's change the world one YouTube video at a time. So Hananlei for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.